The Panthers come in confident on the heels of a 56-28 pasting of defending state champion El Dorado. And the Panthers have a bit of revenge in mind after being upset by Marion in last year's Class 6A state playoffs. Panthers are 2-2 overall, 2-1 in conference. Marion comes in tonight 3-0 in conference, their first three-game win streak to start a conference season since 1989. Separation, while the Panthers can ill afford to fall down 2 games in the conference race. Tonight's game is a critical one for both teams, but especially the Panthers as they look to knock Marion from the ranks of the unbeaten in the 6A East. I'm Jim Gardner, joined tonight by Terry Benham, Dio Vanucci, Mason Woolbright, Tony Linehan of the Saline Courier, and the number one fan of the Panthers, Freddie Reinhardt. And guys, everything is unconventional tonight. We're in the Jim Landers remote broadcast booth in the Industrial Park in Benton. We've got our camera crew at Marion. The only thing that's right is Benji White's at the cabin. Everything else is out of sorts tonight, right?
Well, maybe that's a good thing. If going up against an undefeated opponent, it's good. Maybe some things will fall to our side. Already, the injury report for Marion is stacked up in the Panthers' favor with a lot of their starters out. So, with making that long trip to Marion, I know Coach Harris is ready to get a fast start tonight.
Dio, we did this twice last year. Didn't go to Siloam or Mountain Home. Called the games from here, and they both turned out great. We're going to indoctrinate Terry into the COVID remote-style broadcast tonight.
Well, and I got a chance to do that at the Everett studio.
That's right, 2 years ago.
2 years ago for the Van Buren game. And considering I've made a lot of those road trips in the past where we got in at like 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning. This is a pretty good gig.
Yeah. Right now I wish I was at the stadium, but at 10 o'clock tonight I'm glad I'm home.
That's exactly right.
Hey, let's go back to last week. It was a great home opening win for the Panthers over El Dorado, 56-28. Our HBA Construction offensive player of the game was Lucas Wilbur last week, 6 of 6 on PATs. 3 of 3 on field goals, 49 yards, 20 yards, and 37 yards. And, Terry, I know you love it when those soccer guys come through on the football field.
Yeah, Lucas he really didn't have a coming out party. We know that he's a good kicker and a very valuable member of the team. But, man, what a showing that he had last night. And one of the things that doesn't show up on the stat line is the ability to make a drive and then finish the drive by maintaining momentum. Because even when you get 3 points and not 7, you still maintain that momentum and the pressure on the other team of getting that scoreboard to click forward.
And it's going to be an added weapon going forward, Dio, knowing once you get to the 30, 35-yard line, you're in scoring range.
Absolutely. And it really changes the way Coach Ray can call plays because – it gives you the ability to be a little bit more risky with your play calling right there. Because if you do come up short, if you've got a 4th and 6, but you're within that field goal range, you don't worry about going for it because it doesn't necessarily mean no points. You're still probably going to get 3 points out of the deal. So that's helpful. Opens up the playbook, makes it harder on the defense to stop you.
Garrett Honeycutt, the sophomore, also nailed a 42-yard field goal last week. Braylon Russell had a Herculean effort. He had received IV treatment earlier in the day, was not 100% health-wise, and then he goes out and rushes for 128 yards, catches 40 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. How about the offensive line? 209 yards rushing and through 4 games have not allowed a sack.
That stat blew my mind that we haven't allowed a single sack. Offensive line really doing a bang-up job. I mean, you come out of the Salt Bowl and you kind of had some question marks after the Salt Bowl, wondering, golly, I thought this was supposed to be kind of a journeyman line. These guys have all been playing and had multiple starts. Well, it just shows how solid Brian is, really on their defensive line because the Panther offensive line has showed out the last 3 games.
Terry, I know you've been very impressed with Patrick Shipp so far this year. Led the team in tackles again last week with 12.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've been big on the offensive line all year. But, hey, how about that defense? And Patrick Shipp stepping up in a very big way. 12 tackles, leads the team with 45 tackles. And the defense just playing big last week. I mean, they held El Dorado, who is notoriously good on the ground, held up to -6 yards, guys, in rushing. -6. Big performance by the Panther defense.
And the defense scored points.
Yes.
Scored points and held them to -6. Right. So, yeah, big help.
Chris Bernard was our HBA Construction Defensive Player of the Week. 9 tackles, fumble recovery, also had a rushing touchdown on offense. Walter Hicks, a super sophomore, 7 tackles, 3 sacks, forced a fumble that he recovered on a strip sack. And how about Jake Herbner getting his first start at nose guard?
Yep.
And 3 tackles, a sack, and had a blocked punt that turned into points there right before halftime. So,
yeah, and the way that he got that block, he basically, not the traditional way that everyone thinks about the guy laying out in front of the ball. He got the block by pushing his guy in the way of the punter, and the punter kicking him in the back of the head.
Yes. So the 6A East standings tonight coming into it. Little Rock Catholic, Marion, and West Memphis are atop the standings at 3-0. Benton and Sheridan tied at 2-1. El Dorado and Searcy are 1-2. Greene County Tech, Jacksonville, and Sylvan Hills are 0-3. Tonight in the conference, Benton is at Marion. West Memphis is at Catholic. So we've got the top 4 teams playing each other tonight. It's a big Friday night in the 6A East. Searcy is at El Dorado in a battle of 1 and 2 teams. Sheridan, surprisingly, 2-1, is at Sylvan Hills. Sylvan Hills is a sneaky good 0-3 team.
Yeah.
In Jacksonville and Greene County Tech, both winless, playing tonight up in Paragould. As Benton and Marion meet tonight, Marion leads the all-time series 3-0 with an asterisk by that because Marion has defeated Benton on the field twice. And, of course, COVID knocked Benton out in 2020, Dio.
Yeah, Terry doesn't like to talk about it. Matter of fact, we're just going to leave him on silent over there because he's kind of still fuming about that whole loss. He's got his hands on his hips right now. We don't need to go to the in-studio camera because he might scare some folks with as angry as he is. But anyway, yeah, last year I think going into that playoff game, we felt really good. I know the Panthers felt really good. I know Coach Harris felt extremely good about last year's Panther team going up against Marion in the playoffs, and Marion just flat outplayed us that game. I don't know if we took it for granted, if we just expected to be in the finals the following week, but we got really shocked by Marion last year in the playoffs, and I know a lot of those kids that played on that team are ready for some revenge tonight.
You think about it, Terry, you've got a senior class that Marion has been their kryptonite. Their season has ended with Marion 2 years in a row.
Well, it has, and Marion claims the forfeit, as a big victory, which is hilarious to me. But tonight I want to see a Panther win for the class before this class. I want to see a win for Garrett Brown's senior class, which also was my son's senior class. I want to see a win for those guys because those guys had that game taken away from them without a chance to play it. And so I know there's a lot of them watching tonight, and it's going to be a big ball game.
Big ball game for them. So a lot of eyes from Benton on this one. And is revenge a factor? We're going to let Brad Harris weigh in on that in his interview as he talked to us Tuesday night at Lost Pizza. We'll take a break, and when we come back, you'll hear from the head Panther. This is Benton Panther Football on MM Productions.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett, inviting you to come see us at Everett Buick GMC and discover the Everett difference. But what is that difference? It's outstanding customer service, the largest Buick GMC inventory in Arkansas, a state-of-the-art facility, and an outstanding team of professionals who put your needs first. From sales to service to financing, the difference shows in everything we do every day. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at the Alcoa exit.
Elliott Electrical is a proud supporter of Benton Panther football. For over 35 years, Elliott Electrical has been providing reliable, efficient, high-quality electric service to Saline County and Central Arkansas. From lighting design and planning to street and parking lot installation, Elliott Electrical has all the lighting services to keep your home and businesses illuminated. For a free estimate for all your electrical needs, contact Elliott Electrical today at 501-315-7539.
Yes, we've got Bear on the line with a question for Trey. Bear, what's your question?
Hey, Randy, this is Bear, first-time listener, long-time caller. I wanted to ask Trey about Sanders Ground Essentials. I know they are real five-star guys wanted by everybody. I heard they have an excellent weed control and fertilization program, and they do customized plans based on annual soil results for all their customers. I just want to know what you guys have heard. I'm going to hang up and listen now.
Bear, you should call them at 315-9395 or on the web at sandersground.com. Let's get growing.
At Saline Health System, we're focused on making our communities healthier, and that starts with providing the care you need. Our team of family, internal, and pediatric medicine physicians are focused on providing high-quality care. So when you need care for the whole family, you can count on us. Saline Clinics.
And now it's on to Marion, and something tells me you probably hadn't had much trouble getting the guys motivated to play this week.
Well, if they are having a problem, it is a problem because we've got a lot to play for this week. They're 3-0 in conference play, but the biggest thing is they gave us an early exit last year, and that still does not set well with me as a coach, as a competitor, and I hope it's the same way with our guys. Really felt like last year they took one from us at our place, and that needs to play into the equation this Friday night. But very athletic team, and we've emphasized that to the guys. They're very talented, and they're 3-0. They're 3-1 on the year, and it's going to be a ball game. This is a huge week in the conference. We play at Marion, and then you've got Catholic and West Memphis, who is shockingly, they're undefeated. So you got two teams that are undefeated playing each other, and then you got another team's undefeated and one loss. So it's a huge week this week in conference play.
Some coaches like to play the payback angle.
Yeah.
Other coaches like to avoid it. Kind of what's your philosophy on that?
Well, I don't like to avoid it because it still stings a little bit to me. That's how I've always been, is that I don't necessarily hold a grudge, but I always remember, and I don't, it don't settle well when you lose, especially if you should be winning, and that's what we felt like last year. And another thing that they still look at 2020 too. We were supposed to play them in 2020, and they count that as a win against us. And I look at that, that we didn't never play that game. We ended up having to forfeit because of COVID. And we've had an opportunity to play them. This will be the third year in a row. We got some unfinished business with them, and it's going to be tough. They've had a lot of success over the last couple of years at Marion. I think they've only lost one game at home, and so we know we got going into an environment where they play well. But I hope our guys are up for the challenge, and I hope we can carry some of the Palace magic to Northeast Arkansas with us, because we played really well the two home games, and I don't know, we just need to be able to bottle that up and take it with us.
So you got a long road trip, really the only one of the season. Talk a little bit about how you're going to handle that Friday.
We are. This will be the longest one of the year. We're going to get the guys out of class 11:30 after lunch, and they're going to come to the athletic complex. We're going to pack our bags, get ready to load the bus. We're going to pull out at 12:30. It's about a 2.5-hour drive. We'll probably stop about midway. There's a rest area right before you get around Forest City area. When we've gone that direction, we've always stopped there, bathroom break, kind of get off, stretch the legs, and then drive the rest of the way. And then we're going to Colton Steakhouse in Marion and going to eat our pregame meal about 3:15. From there, we'll go over to the high school, which is just right across the interstate. Get there, unload everything. We'll do a little small workout, more stretching, kind of getting the body wake up a little bit, off after a long trip, and then get ready to play, So, but it is a little bit of a bus trip, But that should not be excused. More than anything, it should be a time for you to focus on what you got to get accomplished for that night. You got a 2.5-hour ride to think about it, so it should be getting locked in time.
When you arrive and take the field, what kind of offense and defense are we going to see from Marion on Friday?
Well, that's a big question mark from things that you and I have been hearing. We're hearing they got a lot of injuries, but if they've got everybody healthy, they're a very talented team. They're a spread-based team, a lot of tight end stuff with 3 receivers and one very talented receiver, number 11, Donnie Cheers. I mean, he's probably probably one of the best receivers in the state, regardless of a classification. Last year he got us for about 200 yards over the top. Made some really big plays against us, and we've got to make sure that we take care of him. They've got a junior quarterback that played last year some as a sophomore because their senior got hurt. Ashton Gray, he's a really talented kid. He's about 6'1", 185. But we're hearing he's a little banged up, didn't play last week, so we don't know if they were holding him out just to get him healthy for us or if it's a serious injury. Very talented sophomore running back, Jalen Smith. Same thing, very talented, but we heard he got banged up last week, or we know he did. Don't know what we're going to get with him. But he's a smaller kid, 5'7", 160, 165 kid. It's a slasher. Very explosive kid, got great vision, great balance, So we've got 3 weapons that we've got to take care of from a defensive standpoint. And then on their defense, man, they've got 2 of their linemen back, and that was very talented last year. A couple of their linebackers and 2 DBs that we know of that played a lot against us last year. Very fast, athletic defense, So we've got our hands full. Defense is more similar to a Catholic. Smaller, faster, quicker guys that gave us a lot of problems, So we're going to have to really do a good job up front on the edge, perimeter blocking to get us some creases to run the football and then make really good decisions in the pass game, So tough matchup. But, I know our guys, we got a lot of confidence now, and I think we had that 1-0 game, and now we're ready to roll.
And a win gets you right back in the conference title chase.
It does.
Against an unbeaten team. What's a couple of keys for a Benton win Friday?
Well, I think the biggest thing is, like I said, is offensively be able to control their line of scrimmage a little bit because they're going to stunt. They're going to bring some pressures. They're a little quicker than what we've seen up front. And then defensively, the biggest thing I think is getting lined up right because we don't know what we're going to see offensively. If they've got a couple guys out, the Greene County Tech game, they got a lot of oversets, unbalanced sets. If we can get lined up to all the unbalanced sets and then tackle their little running back, I think we're going to be in great shape. And we've really emphasized that since the Catholic game. We got after it today in practice in a lot of our individual drills and tackling and stuff. So, we got to do a great job there.
Jones Heating and Air, located at 520 Edison Avenue in Benton, specializes in residential, commercial, and new construction HVAC systems and offers 24-hour service. Jones is a proud supporter of Benton Panther Athletics, the Saline County Boys and Girls Club, and youth sports at Benton's Riverside Park. Find out more at jonesheatingandair.com or call 501-778-3324. Allied Glass is a full-service glass shop located in historic downtown Benton. Allied Glass is a third-generation business and family-owned and operated since 1967. Mirrors, shower doors, commercial storefronts, tabletops, screens, plexiglass, and much more. For all your glass needs, call Allied Glass at 501-778-6244, located at 115 East Sevier in downtown Benton.
Any lasting structure begins with a good blueprint, and every good blueprint must be designed specifically for the people it serves. The Benton Event Center, Riverside Park, and the new Boys and Girls Club, all designed by the professional architects at Black, Corley, Owens, and Hughes. They understand the Benton community and are a major part of our economic success. Proud sponsors of Benton Panther football and valued partners for our community.
HBA Construction is proud supporters of Benton Panther football this fall. Visit them online at hbaconst.com or find them on Facebook. HBA specializes in home remodeling and additions, new home construction, residential rental remodeling and maintenance, new deck and repairs, privacy wood fences, and more. Visit them online, hbaconst.com, find them on Facebook, or call Hunter today, 501-722-8700.
Fans going to look to Panther fans going to look a lot like Catholic, like Coach said. They're really kind of small, but they're very quick, and they're quick off of the line of scrimmage. And so that film on the Catholic game is going to be really helpful to Coach Ray in helping that, and Coach Gentry in helping that offensive line get prepared for this. And our offensive line can now pick up some of that movement, some of the stunts that we expect on the front. I mean, the biggest player that they've got up front, Dio, is 210 pounds. And, the Panther front line is going to have a weight and a size advantage up front. And I think it's going to be a key point in the game, but only if we can correct the mistakes that we had in the Catholic game.
Yeah. Well, and last year, that was the same story with Marion last year. In the playoffs, their defensive line, while not as big as our offensive line, were athletic and quick, and that was something that we struggled with a little bit in that game. Now, looking at the Benton defense versus the Marion offense, the Panthers, even with holding the opponent to -6 yards in rushing, we are still allowing 132 yards rushing a game. So, big key tonight, though, with all the injuries to the Patriots, is let's get some pressure on this sophomore quarterback. Right now, we're averaging holding the opponents to 224 yards passing. So that's probably our biggest weakness on defense. That's not a very big strength for Marion. Only getting 126 yards through the air. And when you think about that, 126 yards through the air, and that's their starting quarterback and his backup both out tonight.
And most of that to one receiver.
Yeah, and Donnie Cheer is that receiver you're talking about. Donnie Cheer is a phenomenal athlete. We remember him last year in the playoffs. So really good matchup for us tonight. Got to get pressure on the quarterback.
And maybe a wild card before we get into this week in Panther sports. Marion started school early, and they're on a different schedule, so they're in a fall break this week and next week. They haven't been in school all week. And I know one thing that is very important to a lot of football coaches is routine. Here you hit week 5 and 6, and you get a totally different routine where the kids aren't in school. And I know Chuck Livingston, their broadcaster, who's a friend, said, man, last year during fall break, they really didn't play well. They were flat. So it's going to be interesting to see, even with the injuries, is Marion sharp, or do they look like a team that's out of the routine?
We see that every year. Week 9.
Yes.
When we typically play Lake Hamilton,
yes.
we aren't in school that Friday. And even that one day is enough to throw the routine off a lot of years.
Exactly. So that's something to keep an eye on as well. This week in Panther sports, the volleyball team swept Hot Springs and El Dorado, are now 16-0 overall, 9-0 in 5A South Conference play. All sweeps for Coach Shoup's team. They're going to be playing in Fort Smith tomorrow, and we'll have more on that during the See Her Greatness halftime segment. The girls finished 8th in the 5A state golf tournament at Russellville this week. Finley Van Hook and Belle Butler shot 100. Dylan Adams 108 and Parker Glaze 114 for the ladies. The boys will play in the 5A state championship on Tuesday at Hurricane Creek, Hurricane Golf and Country Club. In cross country, boys finished 6th, girls 5th at Cyclone Invitational last Saturday. For the boys, Caleb Lopez, Ben Watson, and Evan Garrett were the top 3. For the girls, Kelsey Greer finished 10th, Megan Hill 13th, and Morgan Calloway 29th. Both cross-country teams run tomorrow at Conway at the Wapiscat Invitational. 7th grade football on Monday, they swept Bethel. How about that? 30-16 and 28-0. The 8th grade B team defeated Bethel on Tuesday 28-0. And the freshman B team dropped one to Bryant 20-6 on Tuesday. Last night in junior high football, it was a clean sweep for the Panthers. 8th graders won 36-7, and the freshmen won 49-28. Last week in Saline County, Bryant defeated Northside 41-10. Harmony Grove, what a win for the Cardinals, as they remained undefeated and knocked off conference favorite and undefeated Clinton 42-21. And Bauxite over Dover 41-12. Tonight in Saline County, all the lights are off. All the teams on the road as Bryant's at Jonesboro. Harmony Grove is at Lamar, and that's a battle of unbeatens. Boy, if the Cardinals can win that one on the road, they will be the prohibitive favorite to win a conference championship. How cool would that be? And Bauxite is at Pottsville tonight. Real quick, our picks to click. Freddie is taking Lucas Wilbur. He was impressed last week with his kicker. And Jake Herbner at noseman. Dio, your picks.
Well, when Braylon Russell's on the board, I'm going to take him. He's outstanding, averaging 145 yards a game, all purpose. So got to pick him for offense. And then Walter Hicks, super sophomore, man. He's been playing lights out. So want to see him have a good game tonight.
Terry.
I got Drake Womack, who leads the teams in receptions and reception yards, and Patrick Shipp leading the team in tackles. I think both of them will have a big night tonight.
Dio, your key to victory.
Well, I've already said it. Get pressure on the quarterback and contain. He is a receiver, so he can run a little bit. So get pressure on him and then contain him.
And Terry, your offensive key.
Yeah, I think possessions will be important tonight. So my offensive key was to finish drives. We can't kill drives with penalties, turnovers, or even drop passes. We got to be able to convert those into points.
So the Panther captains tonight, Carter Sanders and Walker Davis. Benton won the toss and elected to defer.
Yes, Marion is receiving.
So Benton going to put the defense on the field first. And Lucas Wilbur is going to kick off for the Panthers. Donnie Cheers is the return man.
Let's kick it into the end zone then.
Or out of bounds. I'm good with out of bounds. Don't kick it to him.
Hey, there's no reason to give him the ball any more than his coach puts it in his hands.
And we are underway at Marion as Wilbur's kickoff is going to be fielded down around the 5-yard line. Return near the 20. Looks like shy of the 20. And good coverage by the Panther kick coverage team. And we're going to see the defense on the field first. 1st and 10, Marion at the 19.
Well, those dark jerseys with the dark numbers, it's not very easy for us to tell who that was returning that kick. So I'm not sure if that was Donnie Cheer or their other return man.
First quarter brought to you tonight by CTS Industrial Services. Appreciate Everett Buick GMC sponsoring the pregame show. It's 1st down and 10, Marion from the 19-yard line. The quarterback is sophomore Carson Catt in place of an injured Ashton Gray. They're going to hand it off on 1st down. Look at the Panther pressure up front. It's Chase Harding, Jake Herbner in there for the Panther defense and a loss of 3.
Yeah, that's what the Panthers are going to have to do tonight is get after them quick right out of the gate and penetrate the backfield. If they can spend time in the backfield like that tonight, Marion's going to really struggle.
Oh, yeah.
Panther starters Ian Alvarez, Jake Herbner, and Peyton McNeely up front. Walter Hicks, Jake Jones, and Chase Harding, the linebackers on 2nd down. Another run, and it's another loss as dumped in the backfield that time. Was that Jake Jones in there?
Yeah, had Jake Jones on an outside stunt.
So back-to-back tackles for loss, and Marion facing a 3rd and long from their own 14. Panther secondary tonight, Javion Parker's at one corner, and the clubbed man, Gary Rideout, who had as good an interception as you'll ever see at the other corner. Patrick Shipp is the spur, J. Thomas Pepper, the bandit, Chris Bernard, the free safety. And again, this is a Marion team that is missing a couple of offensive linemen, a tailback, a quarterback. They are a banged-up offense, and Benton is coming after him. His cat's just going to flip it out to Kearney, and Kearney's going to get over the 20. Patrick Shipp's going to bump him out of bounds around the 22, and that is going to leave Marion with a 4th and 8, and they'll punt it away.
Boy, the Panther defense really brought pressure, and we kind of felt like that they were going to get aggressive and come after them tonight, and, boy, that's exactly how they came out on the field, and nice 3 and out on the first possession.
Well, and don't be surprised if we come after this punt full force or have a really good return set up. But Coach is going to dial it up on special teams.
So 3 and out for the Panther defense to open the game. Bad snap, punt is away. And it is going to be fielded on the bounce by Drake Womack and returned to the Marion 46-yard line. So the Panthers going to have it in good shape at the Marion 46-yard line with 10:28 to go in the first quarter.
And for our viewers, if you're getting a freeze frame, we've been having a lot of internet issues at the stadium tonight. And so if you have, it's not your computer, it could be the internet connection at the stadium.
And the Marion IT guys helping resolve them, for which we're grateful. Braylon Russell gets the carry on first down, and he is going to be gang tackled at the 41. That's a gain of 4 for Braylon on first down.
Well, that's a phrase that you can say just about every carry for Braylon is gang tackled.
Yeah.
Averages 5.8 a carry, second down and 6 for the Panthers. Russell motions out of the backfield. Jack going to keep right up the middle, and he's down near the 30-yard line. That was a burst by Jack Woolbright. They're going to mark him at the 32, and it'll be a Panther first down.
Well, when you're a 6-yard average carry threat, you can just be used as a decoy. Simple as that.
Back to the ground with Braylon Russell. And Braylon is down to the 25. That's a 7-yard gain for the big junior tailback.
Well, it's also, Jack Woolbright is second on the team with 89 yards rushing, and he can go.
Going to flip it out this time to Logan Owen up the Marion sideline, and he's going to be inside the 10-yard line down to the 8. And it is going to be first and goal Panthers.
Well, this rhythm that they've gotten in, it's really helpful for Justin Ray's offense.
First down and goal, Benton. Snap, give to Braylon Russell. And Braylon is going to be in the end zone. Touchdown Panthers. You couldn't ask for a better start. 3 and out by the defense, and the offense just hammers them, Terry.
Well, and anytime that Braylon can get to the second level of the defense and nobody's even touched him, good luck for you if you're going to be the guy that's going to try to stop him. And Braylon just rumbled into the end zone for a huge touchdown.
Man, when he plants that foot in the ground and cuts upfield, I do not want to be in that guy's way.
Yeah.
Logan Owen holds, Coe Tanner snaps, and Lucas Wilbur drills the extra point. 9:28 to go in the first quarter. And the Benton Fighting Panthers have taken the fight to Marion 7-0. And that looks like a team that showed up with a purpose, Terry.
Playing inspired.
Yes.
Actually, the intensity that we've started this game on both sides of the ball is the first time I've seen them play like that this year.
Yeah, all together.
Yeah.
Both running on all cylinders. Yeah, that was an impressive series right there for sure. So talking about Braylon Russell, so last week Braylon's sick, taking IV fluids to be able to play in the game. Next morning, he's up at 8 a.m. at the complex, working the concession stand, helping the PDFL out. And he's not the only one. There's 6 or 7 of these guys Coach Harris calls on, and onside kick,
and Elias falls on it inside the 50 as Marion was bailing out. Look at the hands on hips by the Marion players. Frustration already sinking in on the Marion side, and Benton's got a free possession as they're going to have it at the Marion 49.
As Terry imitates over here, throw it deep. Go for the dagger.
This is the moment in the game where you usually see something downfield.
And we have got a timeout as Lance Clark is going to regather his troops across the way. Lance Clark in his second year as the head coach at Marion, record of 9-8. They had to forfeit a couple of wins last year in his opening, so the forfeit they benefited from 2 years ago came back to bite them twice last year. Patriots are 7-1 at home under Coach Clark. So not an easy place to win for a road team. And Brad Harris in his 7th year as the head Panther, seizing momentum here early, Dio.
Well, it's a smart move. I mean, when you've got the momentum on your side, when you see your opponent go back on their heels, you don't back up. That's when you attack. That's when you charge in. So doing that onside kick right there, completely unexpected. The Marion players didn't even react to it.
So first down Benton following the timeout at the 49-yard line. Jack Woolbright going to keep, and he is going to pick up 5 yards down to the 44. Hey, how about dinner tonight? Riverside and Rick Bellinger taking care of us.
I love you, Rick.
Second down, going to flip it out to Elias Payne, who recovered the onside kick, and that's going to go for a minimal gain down to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, they reacted well to that play, so that we could see. But the Panthers now lining up, and Braylon rumbling on to the first down.
Yeah, Braylon down near the 38-yard line. That'll move the chains, give the Panthers a first down.
Russell with the carry.
I don't know. He may measure it.
Yeah, they moved that ball clear back to the 39.
Oh, no. Looks like they gave it.
I was about to say, man, that looked pretty clear to me, but...
Man, what kind of freedom do you have in your playbook when you have confidence in a running back on, a 3rd and 6?
No doubt, as they throw the slant that time to Elias. He couldn't hold on to it in traffic at the 32.
Man, when the quarterback puts the ball right there, you got to catch that.
Second down and 10. Elias and Maddox Davis split wide to the left. They'll be playing in the Gulf State Tournament on Tuesday. Flip out to Logan Owen, and Logan unable to free himself as Drake Womack trying to get a block out there on the edge. Panthers lose a yard, and it's going to be 3rd and 11.
Yeah, now we've got ourselves in a definite passing position, 3rd and 11. Let's see what the offense dials up.
Womack in the backfield, and there is a hard count, and that'll get them 5 free yards.
Yeah, the old Nate Beck, always good for 5 if you execute it properly. Jack Woolbright knows how to do it. He's done it a time or two.
And now that it's 3rd and 5, Braylon Russell comes back into the picture right here.
That's right.
So 3rd and 5 Panthers leading 7-0. Clock under 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. He's going to bring Maddox Davis in a little tighter on the formation. Give it off to Braylon. Braylon's going to be close to the first down as he dives over the 30-yard line, and they're going to say he got enough, move the chains. First down, Panthers.
Man, that's such a weapon to be able to do that.
Well, he's averaging over 5 yards a carry on the year, and really is a weapon.
So they go back to Braylon, makes first man miss, runs through a couple of tackles. And I'm gonna tell you, it doesn't look like Marion wants anything to do with Braylon Russell.
Woo, boys, what a move right there. He absolutely shook that guy's shoes off.
Down to the 23, fake to Braylon. Jack going to throw, and catch is made down near the 5-yard line by Maddox Davis, and it's going to be first down and goal Benton.
Well, that's the other thing having a running back like that does for you is just the threat of him. Hold your linebackers and your safeties in place. Just that extra half second really opens up those passing lanes.
First down, give to Braylon, running right. Braylon's in the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. With 7:04 to go in the first quarter, Benton has raced out to a 13-0 lead.
Firing on all cylinders, my man.
Yeah, you can't. If you scripted how you started the first half of the first quarter, that's how you'd script it.
No doubt. And credit Garrett Hammonds, special teams coordinator. That was a beautifully executed onside kick that led to this scoring drive as Lucas Wilbur's extra point is good. And with 7:04 to go in the first quarter, it's Benton 14 and Marion 0. First Security is Arkansas-owned and Arkansas-focused with better service, better solutions, and better support. With better ways to build a life, buy a home, or run a business, you can bank better with First Security. Learn more at fsbank.com. And a couple of 3 things from the City of Benton. City of Benton is going to be hosting Ghost Town on October 20. Stay tuned for more details to come in the days ahead. Also, mark your calendar for Saturday, October 22 for the Fall for October at Sunset Lake, an outdoor event from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. filled with educational activities and hands-on fun for kids and families. Get outdoors in October with the City of Benton at Sunset Lake. 10 plays, 49 yards, 2 minutes and 21 seconds, Tony Linehan, our statistician, tells us. And the Panthers go up 14-0 as Lucas Wilbur's kickoff is apparently going to go into the end zone.
Apparently. He kicked it too fast for our cameraman.
So first down, Marion, second possession, down 2 scores, and boy, you could really tell Marion was shorthanded at quarterback that first drive. They've had to move a sophomore receiver to quarterback. He's their third string guy.
I feel like you want me to feel sorry for him.
Well, I'm just.
Can I feel sorry for him after this game?
It is what it is.
It is what it is, and that is tough.
So Cat, the quarterback, is going to hand off to Foster, and he is going to carry maybe for a yard to the 21. Marion trying to establish some semblance of a run game, Dio, and the Panther defense is saying, no, sir.
No, I mean, you know Coach Harris has got to be looking at this and going, okay, we've got an inexperienced quarterback, 2 best offensive linemen out. We're going to bring some linebackers, and we're going to move some people around. We're going to put some pressure on this offense and force them into making bad decisions.
Gary Rideout on Donnie Cheers to the near side. So they're going to motion a man to the left. Now they bring Cheers in motion, give it to him on the jet sweep, running to the wide side of the field. And Cheers is going to be up over the 30. And, boy, that's what scares you right there.
Well, that's a great coaching move by Marion. Because that is going to be your dude this year, this game on offense, and you just got to get the ball in his hands. And we missed a couple of tackles out there on the edge, and that's all you've got to do in order to put him in a position to either get first downs or even touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Pistol set on first down and 10 for Marion at their own 31-yard line. They're going to motion Kearney to the left, hand it off to Foster running left, and I tell you, for a 5'3", 140-pound running back running hard to the 35.
No kidding.
Yeah, I was going to say earlier, Ian Alvarez is now moved over to that defensive end position in place of Hunter Goodwin. And a couple of plays ago, he had a big tackle, but he's really causing disruption, and they're now trying to run away from him.
Yeah, and if you can make them one-sided, that really helps your linebackers out.
Second down and 5 for the Patriots. They give it off to a new back in there. That's Brian Weatherspoon, who is their middle linebacker that they put in at running back, and he bangs his way to the 41 for a Marion first down.
Yeah, and I didn't see who that was. Was it Jake Jones maybe that welcomed him to the football game? That was a pop.
Well, and I would expect the coach to be dialing up anything he can do to get it into number 11's hands.
This Panthers showing blitz here on first down and 10. Cat going to fire, and he overthrows Kearney in the flat, incomplete, and it'll be second down and 10 Patriots. 5:41 to go, 5:11, in the first quarter. Benton leading 14-0.
Patrick Shipp really disappointed that he threw that incompletion, because Patrick was about to pad his stats.
I wonder how thin this makes the Marion playbook. Because, when you come in with a sophomore quarterback that probably hadn't gotten a ton of reps.
So they're going to hand it off to Weatherspoon, and he is going to be tackled by Peyton McNeely at the 44-yard line. It's going to leave Marion with 3rd and 7 as Ethan Midkiff checks in at defensive end.
Well, last week we saw Coach Harris kind of package our defense a little bit. Gary Rideout was one of the players that would come in during that. Now he's starting, so.
Boy, Benton really crowding the line of scrimmage as they go jet sweep to Donnie Cheers. And Cheers is going to have the first down into Benton territory at the 47-yard line. And you can see, Brad Harris said DeAndre Burns, El Dorado, may be one of the best receivers in the conference. And last week you're thinking, who in the world could be better? It's number 11 for Marion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and anytime that guy goes in motion, it's time to crash the other side.
Does he have any D1 offers?
You know, I'm not sure, but I know when Marion needed him to, he played defensive back on DeAndre Burns a couple of weeks ago and had 2 interceptions in the red zone. So they go back to the short running back Foster, and Chase Harding is going to swallow him for a loss of 2.
I'm going to tell you right now, Chase Harding is no joke either. He's as thick front to back as he is side to side. That kid is built solid.
6 foot, 230-pound junior linebacker.
And he can move. That's the other thing. He is not slow, folks.
And he can move down to nose, play a little defensive end if you need him up front. They got him at a stand-up end, he and Hicks both. Right here as Cat hands off to Foster, and Foster is going to be fortunate to get back to the line of scrimmage as in to make the tackle. Jordan Burr on the Benton defensive line on the tackle.
You know, Benton's defense has got 4 guys on in the starting lineup that are on track for a 100-tackle season. I mean, that's pretty substantial when you can spread your tackles out that wide and get them in different parts of the field too.
Yep. You know, last year it was Bo Wright and Kane Simmons that just escalated it. It is more of a team defense on the stat sheet this year. 3rd down and 12 for Marion at the 49. As Carson Catt takes the snap. He drops back. He's going to throw to the right, and he throws wide of his intended receiver. That time intended for Motrell Lewis, a 6'3", 160-pound sophomore. And it'll be 4th down and 12 Patriots. And it appears as if they're going to punt it away.
Yeah, Benton defense did a great job right there because they had given a little bit. And it seemed like Marion may have been on to a little bit of something with the offense, but defense buckles down and gets them behind the sticks, and I think that makes a big difference.
The Panthers have got to be careful here not to get too excited and make a mistake here and wind up giving them a 1st down.
Snap from Carter Moore is low. It's punted, and it's going to take a good Marion roll inside the 20 down to the 16-yard line, and it'll be down right there.
Great job by the pass rush that time pulling up.
Also, October in the city of Benton is an opportunity to show you care by paying extra attention to your speed. The city is asking us all to slow down on our streets for the safety of all residents. Benton is a community that cares, and we can all care for each other by slowing down on our city streets and neighborhoods, because people like Eddie Reinhardt are walking the streets of Benton all the time. Right, Eddie?
I can't believe they called you Eddie.
Did he say that on the air, Freddie?
It's a quick pass out to Drake Womack is going to pick up just a yard.
Hey, as long as they know you're the #1 fan of the Panthers, that's all that matters, right?
They can call you Freddie or Eddie or anything else, huh? Freddie. 2nd down and 9 for Benton after the 1-yard pitch and catch from Woolbright to Womack. Go back to the ground with Braylon.
Yeah,
and Braylon's got room, and Braylon's at midfield, and Braylon's running away from Patriots, and Braylon's going to go 83 yards to the house. Touchdown Panthers. 83-yard run for Braylon Russell.
Man, you just know it's going to happen when he puts that foot in the ground and then takes that first step and explodes, Dio. It's just, you know it's coming, and you just got to watch.
Well, listen, and I don't know, 6'2", 235 pounds.
And outran everybody.
And he has breakaway speed.
Oh,
That's the deal, is he's a bulldozer. He's a Mack truck with a Ferrari engine. I mean, that's what he is running down the field. I wouldn't want to tackle. Yeah, he's a big running back. That's a load to bring down right there.
SEC talent.
That's what an
Size
SEC
and
back
speed
looks
combo.
Like. Yeah. That's an impressive run, guys.
He's a rolling block of butcher knives is what he is.
Because Marion's got a lot of speed in that defensive backfield. There's a lot of speed back there, and he just basically outrun every single one of them.
2 plays, 84 yards. And Braylon Russell accounted for 83 of those on the touchdown gallop. And the Benton offense is picking up right where it left off last week.
Yeah.
21 points in this first quarter that still has 1:49 remaining.
What was that about revenge that we said?
Coach Harris. Yeah.
He's exacting that revenge right now so far.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
But it's just first quarter, fellas.
But you think about your keys to victory. Get pressure and finish drives.
Yep.
Cross the board.
Yep.
Y'all have nailed it so far. It's Lucas Wilbur's kickoff. Is going to go into the end zone. So Benji's at the cabin, but the Silver Springs guys are all watching. Dr. Dixon's brother, Danny, been one of our faithful watchers all season long. So the cabin and the Silver Springs crew, they're with us every week.
I'm wondering what luxurious locale Brian Black is at watching. He was in
Georgia last week.
Yeah, he was in Georgia last week.
You know, 2 weeks from tonight, Dio, you're going to be out.
I am going to be out.
Benji, we need another color guy.
Benji would be great for this.
Terry Benham and Benji White, 2 weeks from tonight.
Well, that sounds like fun.
Cat's throw is going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line, incomplete. Boy, Marion is just really sputtering on offense in this first quarter.
Yeah, it seems like it doesn't seem like competence thing. It seems like a confidence issue.
Yeah.
I mean, they really look uncomfortable with what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, the Panthers have definitely made them look beleaguered in this first half as Benton leads at 21-0. Minute 45 to go in the first quarter. There's one back in the backfield. Now they're going to motion Cheers, going to give it to him. Nope, Cat's going to keep it, rolls out. He's going to be pressured, ball comes free. Chase Harding picks it up, and the Panthers are going to have it down at the 5-yard line. Chase Harding fumble recovery.
Pressure.
Wow.
Chase Harding coming up big. I mean, that was, wow.
What a defensive stop. Get a turnover on the 5-yard line.
And we're not even out of the first quarter yet, guys.
Yeah.
Well, what's encouraging is we're seeing the hometown offense go on the road.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about the distinction in the first 4 games. And it's good to see the offense performing on the road the way they have in this first half. As flip back to Maddox Davis, throw to Jack.
And he dropped it. He dropped it.
Jack dropped it. Wow.
Mason's going to have a talk with him.
Oh.
Carter Sanders has his hands on his helmet there. Oh, man.
Jack can throw it. He can run with it. Not so much on the catching. He was wide open, too.
Well, Jack had a touchdown receiving
He
last
did.
week. So,
and that was, hey, it was a well-executed play, though. It worked.
Donovan Pearson checks in, goes in motion. They give it off to Donnie, the senior running right. And he trying to get a block from Parker Glaze, and I think they're going to hit Parker with a hold. As Donovan dropped at the 5.
Yeah, it looked like he was holding, and that's going to back the Panthers up 10. And
Coach going to have a talk with him.
We'll have a reset. The good news is that we get to reset the down. We had the ball 1st and 5, 1st and goal on the 5, and then start missing our executions.
So checking in, Tanner Holden will check in at right tackle as Jason Gentry making some personnel moves on that offensive line. 2nd down and goal from the 16 as the Panther offensive line looks to the sideline. Randy Shaw signaling in the plays called from Justin Ray up in the press box. And it is going to be a give-off to Braylon Russell, and that time Marion able to collapse the hole at the 12-yard line. Drop Braylon there. It's going to be 3rd down and goal Panthers with a minute to go in the first quarter. Benton trying to add to a 21-0 lead.
Well, here's the deal. The whole playbook's open. You're either going to get 6 or 3 with your kickers.
Yeah, that last play just took too long to develop.
Yeah.
Empty gun, 3-by-2 set. Woolbright takes a snap, looks to the left, throws to the left, and it is incomplete, intended for Donovan Pearson. So he had Owen and Womack blocking outside for him, and the Panthers are going to send Lucas Wilbur on. Try to get a field goal here at the end of the first quarter to stretch the lead to 24. Cole Tanner is a senior, and he will snap it. Logan Owen, sure-handed receiver. Senior will hold it. And Lucas Wilbur, who's 4 of 6 on the season on field goals, will try from 29 yards. There's the snap and hold, and the kick is up, and it is good. Lucas Wilbur knocks it through, and the Panthers take advantage of the turnover, turn it into points, 24-0. Terry, you mentioned last week about that angle on the field goals, and Lucas talked about that at Panther Live last week. He talked about the 20-yard field goal at the angle being much tougher than the 49 that was straight on.
Absolutely. It really is hard on field goal kickers to hit those close from the hash kicks.
Yeah.
And
it's a tough angle.
That's a great field goal, and more importantly, just like we were talking about in pregame, we get the turnover, we fail to get in the end zone, but we still get points. And still getting points keeps that pressure on the other team and keeps that momentum moving forward.
Appreciate Senator Kim Hammer joining us tonight on the broadcast. By the way, our halftime guest tonight is going to be Mark Ballesteri. Going to talk little Panther golf with the girls' state championship this past week, boys' state championship at Hurricane next Tuesday. Is Lucas. That's 3 touchbacks.
Man.
In the first quarter. That's a weapon, Theo.
That is a weapon right there. And the Panthers on pace to score 96 points in the game. Coming out of the first quarter. I mean, literally hitting on all cylinders. Special teams, all phases of the game. Defense playing really well. Offense taking care of business. I think we got cute with the play calling on that last little series. I mean, we had the ball at the 5. There's no reason, that shouldn't have. But we got a little cute. It's okay. I mean, that's when you get cute, when you're up 21-0.
Look at the Panthers showing pressure here on first down. So they're going to hand it off to Jamar Foster running left, and Foster is going to carry for a gain of 5.
And we kind of loaded up on that left side and just advertised to run right. There wasn't a whole lot of defenders on that side, but
no,
they were able to make the tackle.
Walter Hicks on the tackle for the Panthers is Marion, usually a tempo team, but they're huddling. They're trying to shorten the game, and they're going to let the first quarter clock run out. Boy, it was a first quarter dominated by the Panthers. It's 24-0 Benton after 1. This is Benton Fighting Panther football, brought to you by M&M Productions.
Jones Heating and Air, located at 520 Edison Avenue in Benton, specializes in residential, commercial, and new construction HVAC systems and offers 24-hour service. Jones is a proud supporter of Benton Panther Athletics, the Saline County Boys and Girls Club, and youth sports at Benton's Riverside Park. Find out more at jonesheatingandair.com or call 501-778-3324. Allied Glass is a full-service glass shop located in historic downtown Benton. Allied Glass is a third-generation business and family-owned and operated since 1967. Mirrors, shower doors, commercial storefronts, tabletops, screens, plexiglass, and much more. For all your glass needs, call Allied Glass at 501-778-6244, located at 115 East Sevier in downtown Benton. Allied Glass is
It'll be furnace time before you know it. So if you need to get your furnace checked, give those guys a call, and they'll be out to take care of you as the jet sweep to Donnie Cheers is going to go for a minimal gain to the 27. I tell you, that guy still scares me to death from last year, Dio. And the Panthers have done a good job hemming him in on those wide runs.
Well, they don't have, last year the difference was they had the quarterback that could kind of throw the ball up and just let him go get it. And he beat us deep, which he could do tonight if they had the quarterback to get the ball there. But I don't think they have enough time or enough confidence in this sophomore quarterback to really take that chance.
Yeah, Marion hadn't shown any desire to throw it downfield in the early going. Big Witherspoon, the linebacker, back in there, and he breaks off a nice run up the Marion sideline, and it takes Chris Bernard to bump him out of bounds near midfield. Boy, Witherspoon with a burst once he got through the initial wave.
Yeah, he's a
linebacker. He's a linebacker. Yeah, 5'11", 190. Middle linebacker the last 2 years.
That's a good running back size.
Great speed, too. He got a good block on the outside and was able to sail down the sidelines.
So first down, Marion at the Patriot 48-yard line. They're going to go unbalanced line to the left, give it to Witherspoon. He tried to cut it back to the right and is going to pick up just a yard as the Panthers gang tackle him. Second down and 9.
That was a good job that time, Dio, but the Panther defense kind of standing in their gap. They didn't over-pursue that time and get out of position, and there was just nowhere for him to run.
Well, on that play, they overload that one side to kind of – it's designed to make everything flow that direction, but with really good cutback lanes. It's kind of like a zone. It is a zone play, but Panthers did a really good job of each owning their gaps.
Cat takes the snap, looking downfield, throwing downfield. And he was trying to get it to Cheers, incomplete, and it'll be 3rd and 9.
Well, that's worth a shot.
Absolutely.
With the kind of wheels that guy's got.
Got to get the ball in his hands. If you're Marion and you're going to have a chance to compete in this ball game, you got to keep the ball in number 11's hands. Even if you line him up at tailback.
Well, I actually wondered at some point when I was looking at their injury report, I was like, why would they not put Donnie Cheers at running back?
I would
run sweeps.
And just run sweeps.
Yeah, absolutely, I would.
3rd down and 9 for Marion. Here he comes in motion. They're going to flip it back to him. Now Donnie Cheers is going to throw it downfield. And a battle for the ball, and it looks like it's been broken up by Javion Parker. Has tried to get it to Motrell Lewis, the big receiver. It's incomplete. Boy, what can Donnie Cheers not do? As that time he threw the pass downfield. It's going to be 4th down and 9. The Marion offensive coordinator is Zach Tribble. His dad, Randy Tribble, the head coach at Greenbrier, and a penalty.
I think they got us for a late hit on the passer.
On the passer.
Yeah, on Cheers.
I was wondering
they had a matchup that they liked. They had the 6'3" receiver against a 5'5" defensive back.
Yeah.
You're almost giving up a foot there, and they thought they liked that matchup, but they forgot to measure Javion's heart because he plays much bigger than his size.
Got Cheers and Rideout matched up down here at the bottom of the screen as Jeremiah Nichols goes in motion. They give it to Witherspoon to the short side of the field, and he lowers his shoulder. He's going to carry down near the 31-yard line. As Ethan Midkiff and Jordan Burr check in. Boy, I was impressed with Ethan Midkiff last week as he made the move from tight end over to defensive end, Dio.
Yeah, he had a good game. He really came in and stepped up. We called his name several times, but that's one of those, it's kind of an unsung position because a lot of times when you do your job, you're not going to get the credit because somebody else is making the tackle, but you're the guy that made it possible by doing your job.
Ethan in there at noseman as they give it off to the speedy little Jamar Foster, all 5'3", 140 pounds. Carries down near the 27-yard line.
Well, it's a big play here, 3rd and 1. Panther defense need a negative play right here. Try to hold them out of the red zone.
Going to line up Jordan Burr at nose. McNeely and Midkiff will be the defensive ends. Harding, Hicks, and Jones, the linebackers. 3rd down and 1. They'll operate out of the pistol. This cat takes a snap, hands it off to Foster. He's going to be hit in the backfield and drop for a loss.
There's your negative yardage.
That's exactly the play that we needed on defense.
Peyton McNeely's going to get credited for the tackle. Was that Harding that was back there first?
He was back there. I don't understand why Marion would call such a long developing run play when you just need 3rd and 1. Figure with that big line, I mean, you know.
And also why you wouldn't line your linebacker up. I mean, because he's a punishing runner.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Weatherspoon, you put him in there, just give him a direct handoff and just run him behind your best blocker, whoever that is, and pick up the yard.
So Marion's going to call a timeout with it 4th down and 3. 7:59 to go in the first half. Benton leading it 24-0. Great job tonight by the Panther defense, coordinated by head coach Brad Harris. Defensive line coach Blake Dorsey, the linebacker coach Garrett Hammonds, the defensive backs coach Bobby Wynn, and you can see the Panthers all gathered there around the defensive coaching staff.
Yeah, they can come up with a big play right here. They can stay on track to get that free pizza from Dio and me.
That was all started by that was a Brian Black.
I think it was
creation, wasn't it?
I think it was.
Yeah.
And he is in a luxurious locale. He's in his backyard watching
tonight.
But he's got a great backyard.
I can remember a few years ago when the defense pitched a shutout, and we were talking about Little Caesars, and he said, go get those meat lovers at U.S. Pizza. So,
yeah, we're not doing Little Caesars. No offense.
Oh, no.
Well, we got to keep the shutout, though.
Got to keep the
shutout.
That's a fact.
There'll be some lost pizza bought.
There you go.
I might have to stop and eat with him if we're going that route.
4th down and 3. Trying to get the Panthers to jump. They don't do it. They give it off to Witherspoon. He's hitting the backfield. Look at the Panther defense converge and stop him at the line of scrimmage for no gain. And the Panther defense has held and will take over as Prevarius Perkins.
I knew they were listening.
There.
I knew they were listening.
Yeah, that was Marion called the right play for that situation, but Panther defense stepping up with a big play right there. That's huge. I mean, listen, this team came to play tonight.
No doubt.
Panthers showed up ready to show out.
Was it Chase Harding that got in the backfield first? Because the defender that arrived first, that's who really kind of set that up.
And we've seen that multiple times tonight. The guy that blows the play up doesn't make the tackle, but makes the difference. It's Jack Wilbright carries over the 40-yard line down to the 41. That's a gain of 12 and a first down. And Jack showing some wheels.
Well, and that's such a deadly play because that's a zone read play right there that we fake that jet sweep or we call it juice, and they fake that jet sweep and see what that linebacker does. And if he vacates, Jack pulls it and just fills, and that's exactly what he did right there.
A little razzle-dazzle flea flicker, throw downfield. Intended for Drake Womack is batted away as they handed it off to Braylon, who flipped it to Maddox, who flipped it back to Jack, and he heaved it downfield, and Drake Womack couldn't haul it in. Drake came in tonight leading receiver on this offense with 13 catches, Terry.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He's really been a weapon, and that was a good throw by Jack. They just had good coverage on it, made a good defensive play.
2nd down, go back to the ground with Braylon Russell, and when in doubt, let him carry about 8 Patriots to the 48-yard line.
Did you see the guy hanging on to his waist, just kind of running behind him? Slow down. Slow down.
That's called physics.
Yeah.
3rd down and 3. And why not? As Braylon hurdled Walker Davis, who had a Marion Patriot pancaked at the 48-yard line. Braylon had no choice but to leap over the pile. He's down into Patriot territory, and it's right at the marker.
Yeah.
I think with the success that the Panther defense has had so far this game,
Yeah, you go for this.
You go ahead and go for this. And
well, you kind of wish you had Braylon out there for this, because that's just one you.
So Panthers going empty set on 4th and inches.
But see, that spreads the defense out. All Jack has to do is just scramble for a yard.
This.
And that's exactly what's going to happen. Jack's got it and more over the 40. Boy, a big collision at the 38-yard line as Jack and the Marion safety, Kendall Brister, met head-on. And Panthers needed a yard. They pick up 11, first down and 10 at the Patriot 38. So Panthers going hurry up now. Wilbrat throws to Owen, and Logan is going to carry down to the 36-yard line before he's bumped out of bounds by Witherspoon, who moves from tailback to linebacker. His typical position, makes the tackle.
Now, y'all know
Second down and 8.
Y'all know how I feel about that play.
Well, you can watch it again.
Well, okay. So it's not that I don't like the play necessarily, but I just don't understand it sometimes to the short side of the field. Now, I know why they do it to the trip side, get the extra blockers, but it just seems like you give up all that space. But, I mean, they just, 7 yards on it, so.
3rd down and 3. Boy, Jack running hard. Mason's got to be proud right there. Jack's going to pick up the first down to the 25-yard line.
I was just thinking the same thing, Jim. Boy, he's really running hard tonight.
Well, he's playing like a senior, that's for sure.
Out of an empty gun with no blocking back, no fullback to lead the way. As he pump fakes and throws high, intended for Maddox Davis, who couldn't pull it in at the 13-yard line. So Braylon Russell going to check back in for Benton in the backfield. 2nd down and 10. The Marion 26.
Yeah, see, that's tough. Marion's coming in. I mean, they've really only got 6 in the box.
Fake to Russell, going to throw high, intended for Elias Payne. And that ball just seemed to sail on Jack out of his hand, incomplete, and it'll be 3rd down. So our halftime guest, Mark Ballesteros, made his way to the Jim Landers remote broadcast booth.
Well, we had a good drive going there. We've had 2 high passes now, and now it leaves us with a 3rd and long.
Whole playbook's open.
The Marion 26-yard line. Going to motion Womack, now move Russell out of the backfield. Jack's going to drop back, set his feet, set up a screen to Drake Womack, and Drake unable to get away from Brian Witherspoon, the name we are calling the most for Marion offensively and defensively, makes a tackle at the 25, and all that's going to do is set up a 42-yard field goal opportunity for Lucas Wilbur.
Yeah, Lucas gets to set up and hit another one. Had a
now, I'm trying
42-yarder last week, did he?
Yeah, 49.
49.
Yeah, this is 42.
If you're a left-footed kicker, I would figure left hash.
Going to have to pull this one, and his kick is up. It's got the distance, and it is good. Lucas Wilbur nails it with 5:02 to go in the first half.
And they gave us a touchdown. It was that good. They gave us 6 points instead of just 3.
So good they doubled the score. Now they set it 27-0. Benton leads it with 5:02 to go in the first half. And the old football coach Mark Ballesteros got to be impressed with what he's seen. Yeah, Panthers doing work on the road.
Ballesteros getting ready to do work this week. State championship at our home course.
How about that?
I'm sure Paxton and Elias and whoever else is playing.
Maddox.
I bet they're licking their chops. Every time I'm out there, those boys are out there playing.
Yeah. We're going to have Mark on to talk a little golf. Might sneak in a little baseball as well at halftime.
And by the way, I don't play against those guys.
No.
I don't want to get beat.
27-0. Panthers lead it with 5:02 to go in the first half. Lucas with 3 touchbacks thus far. See if he can do it again as he rides this one high and deep. And touchback number 4, attaboy.
That leg's got to be getting tired at this point.
We talked about that at Lost Pizza. You know, kind of like pitchers, have a pitch count. I mean, he kicked off last week 9 times, 6 extra points, 3 field goals, 9 kickoffs. He said, yeah, my leg was feeling it.
I bet it was. I never really thought about it like that, but that's a lot of kicking.
Yeah. And maybe why Garrett Honeycutt kicked that last field goal late in the fourth quarter last week.
Well, and you got to think, too, they go through all the warm-ups, so they're kicking a lot, doing warm-ups and all that stuff. So
Panthers lead at 27-0 and their 20-yard line. This cat fakes. He's going to throw downfield, and that ball almost intercepted by Mr. Club himself, Gary Rideout.
He almost had himself a pick. I mean, that was in and out of the hands. I couldn't see it as well as I would have liked to. The stadium lights there in Marion are not quite as bright as our home stadium. But he was in good position. Looks like the ball was a little bit underthrown.
They're trying to get it to Cheers, and Rideout was keeping up with him step for step. Rideout at one corner, Pavarius Perkins in there at the other corner for Benton here. 2nd down and 10 for Marion. This cat's going to hand it off to Foster, and Foster is going to squirt his way for a couple of yards. Peyton McNeely in there on the tackle, along with Ian Alvarez.
Our good friend Rob Pepper tells me that the jungle has traveled. Maybe that is the source of all of this inspired play by the Panthers.
So we have a mini jungle.
Mini jungle.
The road jungle.
On. The road jungle. I like that even better.
Kind of like the road hogs. The road jungle.
So 3rd down and 8 for Marion at their own 22-yard line. They're going to motion to the right, try to run a little backside play. Big hit by Chris Bernard as Foster carried. Hicks made the tackle. Bernard delivered the blow at the 27, and it'll be 4th down Marion.
Well, Marion pulled either their guard or their tackle. I think it was their offside guard, and pulled him over. Whoever it was that took that block on did the right thing and went low, and instead of allowing the offensive lineman to have leverage, he went low and folded up big 77 for the Patriots.
So Marion's going to punt it away on 4th down. 3:25 to go in the quarter. This punt going to be fielded by Drake Womack at the 36. He's got running room up near midfield. Great stiff arm into Patriot territory down to the 40-yard line. That's a great return by your H-back into Patriot territory down to the 40.
Yeah, Drake's back there because of his sure hands, and that time he got a little running room, and boy, really turned it upfield. Great return by Drake Womack.
Got 26 yards, but a flag at the 49 appears as if it will wipe out some of the gain on the return.
What is it the skit says? Come on, man.
So while we're waiting on that little score update in the other big matchup tonight, West Memphis, Little Rock Catholic. Little Rock Catholic leads West Memphis 14-10 in the second quarter.
Well,
it's a good game.
Looking forward to talking to Kyle Sutherland tonight. He's broadcasting that game with RJ Hawk on the Buzz.
West Memphis is a little bit better than I think everybody thought they were going to be this year.
Yeah,
they're playing pretty well.
They are 4-0 on the season, 3-0 in the conference. It's a big battle of unbeatens going on at the stadium tonight in Little Rock. Following the penalty, Benton has it at the 31. There goes Braylon. And Braylon carries for 15. And I tell you, even when he gets to the third level, they just hold on for dear life on the other side.
Yeah, and I'm trying to see the number on that young man. He's going off the field now, but he's had all of that he wants.
Javen Griffin going out. Donovan Pearson going to check in and give Braylon a breather after that 15-yard run. Let's see if Donovan can break one off here. There's a give to Donnie running left, and he's going to be over midfield down to the Patriot 47-yard line.
Yeah, we'll take a nice 7-yard run.
Carter Sanders shaking up a little bit on that play. He's a tough dude, man. He gets banged up quite a bit and always comes back and plays the next play.
Give it off to Pearson again. Boy, that time it looked like it was going for nothing, and Donovan ends up creatively getting a first down to the Patriot 43-yard line. Flag, though, lying on the field right in the center of the field at the 40.
That's kind of an odd.
It may be a defensive face mask.
Well, I was wondering that. That's kind of the spot you would throw the face mask if there was. Well,
the officials are convening, and they are going to call it. Looked like a personal foul face mask. Of course, the home press box is the opposite side, so it is. 15-yard face mask against Marion's going to move it all the way down to the Patriot 29-yard line. 2:15 to go in the first half. Benton leading 27-0, and on the move again at the Marion 29. Give it off to Braylon, and that time Braylon is hit in the backfield. And guys, that may be the first one-on-one tackle we've seen of Braylon all year. Brian Weatherspoon dropping for a loss.
Yeah, he's a little messed up about it. He's like, hey, I'm a running back too. I can.
He's used to shooting the gap as a running back, and he did exactly the same as a linebacker.
Give it off to Braylon this time, and he's going to make amends over the 25 down to the 23. That's going to leave the Panthers with third down.
Third down and about 5.
Clock at 1:25 and counting. Empty gun. 3rd and 5. Benton at the Marion 24. Jack takes a snap, just going to direct run to the right, cuts back to the left, and he's going to be down near the first down.
They're going to mark him right at the 20.
So that should be a yard shy. 4th down and 1 for the Panthers, and they are obviously going to go for it at the Marion 20.
Just a direct snap here. Jack steps up as a receiver.
Braylon Russell's going to take the direct snap. Elias Payne in motion. Fake to Elias. There goes Braylon to the left, running behind Big Walker Davis, and he's got to reach down and more as Marion Patriots come diving onto the pile. Jacoby Smith.
Jacoby Smith said, I can't get a hand on him. I'm just going to lunge my whole body at him.
Let me jump on top of this standing pile and see if I can make something happen.
That's hilarious.
I kind of like that formation. That's kind of dangerous right there.
Yeah,
especially when you've got Donovan back in the lineup and you can have him running on the jet sweep. It's kind of like the D-Mac and Felix Jones, where you got to pick your poison and you better choose wisely because you're going to get burned the other direction.
So 27-0, 42 seconds left. Timeout. First down, Benton at the Marion 12-yard line. With all due respect to Lucas Wilbur, Brad Harris goes for 2 if they punch it in.
Yeah.
Yes. That gets him back on I-40 quicker.
Yeah.
Well, and hey, we had to reschedule Bryant. We were supposed to play at Bryant tomorrow morning. Coach Harris confirmed with me about 6 times this week. Now, we're playing away, right? No, Coach, we're at home. Sure, we're not away. that 8 a.m. is going to come early.
Come early, no doubt. First down, Panthers. As again, they go from that pistol look as Russell hands off to Elias, and Elias is going to carry down to the 1 yard line. First down and goal, Panthers at the 1 yard line. They hurry to the line of scrimmage. And Jack's going to check back in at quarterback, has Braylon set to his right. Going to hand it off to Braylon, running left, and Braylon's going to be dogpiled at the 2 yard line. Brad Harris quickly calls timeout with 23 seconds. Now, Freddie pointed out, how many touchdowns Braylon have? 3. So trying to get him 4 here in this first half.
Yeah, the Patriots just kind of bottled that up from the start. They blew through the offensive line, came from the side, and that if you can stop Braylon before he gets ahead of steam, you might have a chance. But you give him 2 steps, no. But it's going to take more than one of you.
But the deal is, Terry, you fake to Braylon, all 11 are keying on him.
Yep.
I mean, you've got the quarterback run, you've got the receivers. I mean, you've got everything open because of the way the defense keys on number 2.
Yeah, and that's why Elias was so open once he passed the offensive tackle.
Yeah.
Everyone had sucked into the line of scrimmage in order to try to stop Braylon, and it opens up the running lanes on the outside.
So Elias and Maddox split to the left. Drake Womack is the H-back set to the right in front of Braylon Russell. On second down and goal, Woolbright fakes to him, keeps Jack striving for the end zone, and he's going to come up short. And Brad Harris is going to take his final timeout as Garrett Dickerson, the nose man, made the tackle out on the edge at the 1 yard line. So now what do you do, guys? Third down and a yard and a half here, D.O. You be Coach Ray.
Jumbo package, direct snap it to Braylon. I don't know. I'd do that play where I'd direct snap it to Braylon. That's what I'd do.
Braylon's reading. I mean, that's actually a read play, and Braylon's reading the line of scrimmage, and I think you run exactly that same jet sweep with the read, and if he gets the hole that he wants, then he keeps it and dives right ahead. Otherwise, nobody's going to beat either Donovan or Elias to the edge.
Well, Jack is going to take the snap at quarterback. Braylon is in the sidecar to his left. And they're just going to give it to Braylon running left. Boy, the Marion defense has stopped him short of the end zone. And it is going to be fourth down, and the Panthers are out of timeouts. They hurry to the line, trying to get a snap off before the halftime clock. Give it back to Braylon, and now we've got a whistle as he was in the end zone, and a whistle stopped play. And we've got an offside on Marion as they were trying to run a defender back onto the field.
Well, so the problem with that is
dead ball.
Yeah. So now they get time to get set up, and which we just got to man up. This is where you man up, and you just put the ball in the dadgum end zone.
Walker Davis, Elijah Harris, Carter Sanders, Connor Morgan, Parker Glaze, your Benton offensive lineman. And let's see if they can make hay. We're going to have one untimed down following the penalty on the defense. Now the officials decide they want to have a committee meeting at about the 6 yard line. Panther offense is up there ready to roll. Looks like Braylon's doing a little eavesdropping on the officials meeting. Now Benton's going to shift the formation, bring Maddox, Davis, and Elias Payne to the right, send Logan Owen to the left. Logan going to line up tight to the line of scrimmage. Drake Womack, the H-back, to the left.
I like what I'm seeing right now. Logan has been a really good downfield blocker this entire season.
So Walker's going to block down. Drake's going to lead. Owen's going to secure the outside, and Braylon's going to score. But Marion's going to call a timeout.
First.
Yeah,
first.
But you could see that coming from a mile away, couldn't you, Terry?
Yeah, I was surprised they didn't go ahead and call one already. I don't know what was taking so long. What did the refs decide anything?
They decided dead ball offside, and we're going to get one untimed down.
Well, I thought we knew that.
We did.
And then they had to go in a conference and add a second to the clock.
I tell you what, when Mark Ballesteri comes on at halftime, because I'm sure he deals with this with baseball umpires, he can tell us a little bit what this is like.
I just want to know if Coach Ballesteri's ever, swept dirt up on the umpire's feet or anything like that. You ever? He may have done that once or twice.
The problem with the new field turf is you can't kick dirt anymore.
Yeah, you can't kick any dirt up on somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll talk golf, and we might talk ejections at halftime.
Yeah.
So following the timeout, the Benton offense has met with the offensive coaching staff, Justin Ray, Randy Shaw, Drew Harris, Jason Gentry. And the Panthers are going to come out in the same formation, although they do move Logan farther to the outside. Boy, he comes down and just worked exactly like we thought it would. And Braylon waltzes into the end zone, touchdown Panthers. And Benton goes up 33-0, Freddie. How many touchdowns now? 4 touchdowns for Braylon Russell in the first half. And the Panthers going to go for 2 to make it that all-coveted 35-point lead. Is Braylon going to flip it to Maddox, who's going to throw, and the pass is incomplete. Oh, me, we are determined to get Maddox a completed pass tonight. That's going to do it for the first half. Boy, it couldn't have gone any better for the Benton Panthers.
No.
Halftime, well, maybe with the exception of a 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
33-0, Benton leads Marion at halftime. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the Hamilton Family Dentistry halftime show with our guest, Coach Mark Ballesteri. This is Benton Panther football, brought to you by M&M Productions.
Congo Fireplace and Patio has been Benton's go-to place for all your hearth needs since 1920. Stop by now and see over 20 live burning displays. With the South's largest selection of gas logs, gas inserts, and wood-burning stoves, Congo has what you need to heat your home this winter. Get any accessory you need for your fireplace and stove in one place. Plus, see the largest selection of pellet stoves. With over 90 years of combined sales and service, there's no other place to shop.
Can you see her greatness? When you attend her games, when you cheer her on, or when you participate in any way, you support your community and make it better, and you will see her greatness. Join us as we pledge to increase the visibility of women's sports in our communities. It makes a difference when we all are involved. At Everett Buick GMC, we proudly support our local female athletes and encourage you to do the same. See her greatness.
Family and community go hand in hand. That's why ACDI proudly calls downtown Benton our home and why we are excited to be a part of this community. Hi, I'm Josh Lane, the team captain at ACDI. My teammates understand the importance of serving in the community, and at ACDI, we'll always make that a priority. We are proud sponsors of the Benton Panther football team and thankful to share our family with this great hometown. Go Panthers!
Merchants and Farmers Bank is built around hard work and dedication, offering big bank products but small bank friendly, working hard to help individuals or businesses reach their financial goals or dreams, dedicated to providing great friendly customer service, all the while getting to know our customers. This reflects our motto, building relationships, one customer at a time. We'd like to invite you to be next. Stop in today at the corner of Spring Hill and Highway 5 in Bryan, or our newest branch at 300 North Main Street in downtown Benton, where you'll find that your experience here matters. Visit our website today at mfbanknet.com or find us on Facebook, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hamilton Family Dentistry, dental care that grows with you. We're family owned and are ready to provide dental care for your family. From your newborn baby to your great-grandparents, we see them all. Give us a call at 653-2422 or come visit us at 2422 Spring Hill Road.
So you know how in the fourth quarter of a football game, when the game's on the line, it actually gets kind of stressful. And that's not how a home loan process should be. When you're a week away from closing, which is the fourth quarter, you shouldn't have stress. And that's what, at Cornerstone, we want to take away. We want that to be a stress-free experience for you. We want it to be that blowout victory.
Text DIO to 36260 to get started on the home mortgage process today.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, we know banking isn't always top of mind. You've got other things to focus on, like getting the kids to soccer practice or mowing the lawn or grocery shopping. But our products and services are designed to fit your schedule and needs. From online and mobile banking to convenient hours and locations, Farmers Bank and Trust is easy banking for busy living. To learn more, stop by your local branch today or visit myfarmers.bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett, inviting you to come see us at Everett Buick GMC and discover the Everett difference. But what is that difference? It's outstanding customer service, the largest Buick GMC inventory in Arkansas, a state-of-the-art facility, and an outstanding team of professionals who put your needs first. From sales to service to financing, the difference shows in everything we do every day. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at the Alcoa exit. Hi, I'm Susie Everett.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Landers remote broadcast booth in the industrial park. The Panthers are in Marion and lead Marion at halftime 33-0, just total domination for the Panthers in the first half. As we look at the out-of-town scoreboard, scores from the county, Bryant leads Jonesboro, but it's just 7-0 in the second quarter. Harmony Grove is up on Lamar 17-14 at halftime. Boy, that would be a huge win and put Harmony Grove in the driver's seat for a conference championship. Bauxite leads Pottsville 10-7. In the conference, Catholic leads West Memphis in the Battle of Unbeatens at War Memorial 14-10. Greene County Tech, our opponent next week, leads Jacksonville, our opponent in 2 weeks, 12-6 at halftime. And Sylvan Hills, trying to get their first victory tonight, leads Sheridan 21-7 at halftime. Appreciate Everett Buick GMC sponsoring the See Her Greatness Spotlight every week during the Hamilton Family Dentistry halftime show. This week in the See Her Greatness Spotlight, the Benton Lady Panther volleyball team is now 16-0, 9-0 in conference after 3-0 sweeps of Hot Springs and El Dorado this week. In yesterday's win over El Dorado, Henley Hooks led with 8 kills, while Presley Paulette had 7. Isabella Lagerman had 4 service aces. Emmeline Armstrong led with 12 assists, while Olivia Little led with 12 digs. The Lady Panthers will play tomorrow in the 41st Annual Fort Smith Invitational against Sylvan Hills at 9:30 and Springdale Harbor at 12 in pool play. The Benton Junior High Lady Panther volleyball team has won 2 straight matches, including yesterday's 2-1 win over North Little Rock. Benton Junior High is now 12-3 overall, 8-3 in the Central Arkansas Junior High Conference. Jillian Gaither had 13 digs and 8 kills to lead the Lady Panthers in both categories. Bella Gonzalez had 7 kills, and Cameron Colclager had 9 digs. The Junior High Lady Panthers are playing at home on Monday against Conway White. And as Coach Ballesteri joins us as our halftime guest, Coach, let's talk first about the Benton Lady Panthers since we're in the See Her Greatness Spotlight. Sure. Y'all played Tuesday in the 5A state tournament at Russellville, and from what I could tell in your interview with Tony Linehan with the Cougar, it sounded like a really promising year for Benton Lady Panther golf.
It really was. We have 4 sophomores that play on our varsity, and they've all gotten better, from their freshman year. And one of our girls shot a 77, which is only 5 over par, and in one of our matches. And they're still real up and down, but that's part of just maturing as a golfer. And they like it, and they work hard at it. And we got 2 other freshmen that work real hard. And I think the Lady Panther golf is on its way up.
So you said the course at Russellville was set up a little different than y'all anticipated. A little bit longer. Mm-hmm. The rough's a little taller than you expected. Yeah. Tell me kind of what goes into that in preparing for and then getting there and the course not exactly as you anticipated?
Well, the key to it is, just hitting the ball down the middle of the fairway, and you don't have to worry about it. But, I was told they hadn't mowed their rough in a month, and they mowed it like 2 or 3 days before the tournament, and it was still about 6 inches deep. And, you'd go look for a ball in the rough, and you'd find 4 or 5 of them before you might find your own. And so if you were out looking for golf balls, it was a good thing. But
Yeah.
It's just, it played about 500 yards further than what we normally play, and that doesn't sound like a whole lot, but when you put it all on paper, when you're out there, it's pretty significant. And so just the length of the course and how tight the fairways were with the rough like it was, it made it a little bit tough. But they hung in there. They played better on the back nine than they played on the front nine, and I just think it took us a little bit to get used to it.
Some of the individuals that you want to mention from the Lady Panthers this year.
Yeah, Finley Van Hook has been our most consistent golfer, and like I said, she had a career best score of a 77 in the tournament. And then Belle Butler's been real good for us, and she had a career best at Long Hills she shot like a 92, and then we got a freshman, Dylan Adams, that moved in here, and her dad's a PGA pro, and she's gonna be a good golfer. She ended up shooting, I think, a career best 89 in the tournament, and so we've got some promise there, and I'm excited about them, and they work hard, and if they'll just continue to work and utilize the help that's available out there for them, I think they're going to get better and maybe have a chance by the time they're seniors to compete for a conference and state championship.
Awesome. Future's bright for Benton Lady Panther golf. Now, the Lady Panther season has come to an end, but the boys season is state championship Tuesday, and it's right here at home.
Yep, we're hosting it, so we're excited about that.
What all goes into hosting a state championship golf?
Well, I didn't think there was going to be a whole lot to do, but it's been pretty taxing. You have to set the tournament up. You got to do pairings, and there's 72 players that'll be here and from across the state, and making sure coaches get tee times for the practice rounds, and then we do lunch for the players, and Everett is sponsoring our lunch for all the players, and we're doing tamales. We're doing a taco bar, and so just the little things like that is really what goes into it. You don't have to do any field work or anything like that. So it's we're excited to host it.
So it's been a good golf season for the guys. Excellent golf season. So you going into this expecting to win it all?
Well, we're going in. If we play well, I think we got a really good shot. And that's all you can ask for is to be good enough to where you feel like that you have a chance at winning it. And we've played most all the teams in the state that are going to be the ones that we're going to have to compete with. And it's a 1 day deal. And it's kind of like in all the sports. You play you play all your marbles in one game.
Yeah.
And, so sometimes the best team doesn't win, and but sometimes they do. And I think if we go out there and play good, I think we'll have a really good shot at winning it.
So you've been led this year by some young ones on the boys team, just like the ladies. Why don't you talk about some of the guys?
Yeah, we've got one senior that's he's our 5-man, and it's Eli Cowden. He's done a really good job this year, been real consistent. He always puts a score up there that we can use if we need it. Because in golf, you play 5 players and you count the 4 best scores, and so having a guy with experience, and he has some leadership, that helps calm down the other guys a little bit. And we got Paxton Lane that's led the team all year long with he's been super good. I think he's 15 or 16 under, and if you put all the tournaments together, under par. And so we hope Paxton goes out there and just plays his game. And then we've got Elias Payne and Maddox Davis and Mason McDaniel, that all three, that fills our 5 spots for the golf team. And they're all Elias is just an athlete, and he's probably got the best swing of any of them.
Mhm.
And then Maddox Davis, he's played great all year. He didn't have a good conference tournament, and we had 4 of our 5 guys make all conference, and Maddox didn't make it. And I think he's got a little fire in him about it, because he's probably our second best golfer, third best golfer, and it's just a neat thing to have 2 guys that can, play football and then turn around the day later and hit a golf ball straight and putt good. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. And they're just good athletes.
Yeah. I know the day we had Elias as our player of the game at Lost Pizza, he had played golf that day, then comes over to football practice, then comes over to Lost Pizza for the coaches show. I mean, it is phenomenal to me.
It is. It's but those guys love it, and I think Dio said something earlier. If you go to Long Hills during the summer, there's about a 99% chance you're going to see all those guys out there playing, and that's been the difference in the Benton Panther golf. Turning the corner we've got 6 or 7 guys that's all they do. I mean, they're either playing football or they're playing golf. And, the ones that don't play football, they're playing golf all the time. Last night, Elias and Maddox were out there till dark after football practice. So, it's pretty cool to see how much they enjoy it.
Now, if somebody like Freddie wanted to come out and watch the state golf tournament on Tuesday, how would somebody go about watching?
All you got to do is drive over to Hurricane Country Club, and there's no charge to get in, and just you can walk around, follow the guys, and as long as you can't tell them anything other than good job, and just stay on the cart path and cheer them on.
And tee off at what time?
The first tee times are at 8:30, and we have half the field goes off on number 1, and half the field goes off on number 10, and the better position you finished in conference, the later you tee off. So that'll give the better players usually the finish last.
Gotcha.
So
quick little baseball. With golf season winding down, I guess fall ball for you with baseball kind of winds up, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean we've actually been working out in the mornings 3 days a week since the 1st of September. So this is our 5th week, I think, to work to do morning workouts, and we're fortunate to have a class that these guys get to work out in. It's a strength and conditioning class that all my baseball players that don't play football are in. So they get their weight training there, and that frees up us be able to hit in the mornings. And so we have our hitters in there hitting 3 days a week, and our pitchers are out there throwing. We get there at 6:30, and we get through about 7:15. It gives them time to, get ready to go to school. And the last 4 Fridays, they've called me. 3 or 4 kids will call me and say, "Coach, can you open the cages up, Friday morning?" So, I mean, I can't tell them no.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're wanting to work, I got to open it up for them.
Yeah. Like what you're seeing so far?
Yeah. I mean, we've got pretty much our whole team back. We lost a couple starters, and pitching's going to be a strength for us and experience. So we'll have a lot of seniors that are going to be able to get on the field at the same time, and that's always a plus. So we're looking forward to it. I think we got a chance if we'll hit. That kind of about halfway through the year, our hitting just declined really, really bad, and that's what we're focusing on. And we're going to play good defense. We're going to pitch it well, and if we can just put the ball in play, I think we got a chance, as good a chance we've ever had.
So the challenge facing you in the year ahead is the same that you faced last year. Pitching's going to be there, defense is going to be there. Got to hit the ball.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Coach Mark Ballesteri of Benton Golf and Benton Baseball, thanks for coming out here.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate it very much. So
thanks for having me.
And good luck to the Benton Golf team. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, Dio and Terry will break down the first half numbers. This is Benton Panther Football, brought to you by M&M Productions.
Elliott Electrical is a proud supporter of Benton Panther football. For over 35 years, Elliott Electrical has been providing reliable, efficient, high-quality electric service to Saline County and Central Arkansas. From lighting design and planning to street and parking lot installation, Elliott Electrical has all the lighting services to keep your home and businesses illuminated. For a free estimate for all your electrical needs, contact Elliott Electrical today at 501-315-7539.
Yes, we've got Bear on the line with a question for Trey. Bear, what's your question?
Hey, Randy, this is Bear, first-time listener, long-time caller. I wanted to ask Trey about Sanders Ground Essentials. I know they are real five-star guys wanted by everybody. I heard they have an excellent weed control and fertilization program, and they do customized plans based on annual soil results for all their customers. I just want to know what you guys have heard. I'm going to hang up and listen now.
Bear, you should call them at 315-9395 or on the web at sandersground.com. Let's get growing.
At Saline Health System, we're focused on making our communities healthier, and that starts with providing the care you need. Our team of family, internal, and pediatric medicine physicians are focused on providing high-quality care. So when you need care for the whole family, you can count on us. Saline Clinics.
Jones Heating and Air, located at 520 Edison Avenue in Benton, specializes in residential, commercial, and new construction HVAC systems and offers 24-hour service. Jones is a proud supporter of Benton Panther Athletics, the Saline County Boys and Girls Club, and youth sports at Benton's Riverside Park. Find out more at jonesheatingandair.com or call 501-778-3324.
All right, we are back. Appreciate Mark Ballesteri's time to talk to us about Benton golf and a little bit of Benton baseball right there at the end. Guys, y'all have had a chance to look at the halftime numbers. They're as lopsided on the stat sheet as the scoreboard. Benton leading 33-0, Terry.
Yeah, you know, one of the things that jumps out at me is the defensive numbers. I mean, obviously, the Panthers have had a great half Dio on defense, only allowing 66 total yards. But the thing that jumped out at me is they're 3 of 8 on third down, but those third downs went to a fourth down, and they're 6 of 8 or 6 of 9 on or 6 of that 8 in their drives of converting to a first down, which goes back to that's the Panther offense. It goes back to finishing the drives.
Yeah.
And, you know, I just think a total dominance by the Benton Panthers, and they get the ball back coming into this half.
You know, I think what sticks out to me is, you know, Panther defense only allowed 11 yards through the air, and that's really a big credit to that defensive line and the linebackers getting so much pressure on the quarterback, which makes them one-dimensional, and they can't, you know, Marion just can't do anything but gaudy offensive numbers for the Panthers. 278 total yards of offense, 231 of that coming on the ground on 28 carries. Not really needing to go to the air too much, only passing 8 of 14 for 47 yards, but oh, here we go.
All right, Rob, can we give it to you, Rob? You got Coach Harris?
I've got Coach Harris, Coach. We didn't like, you know. Felt like we should have 2 touchdowns. We wish to block.
All right.
I'm not sure if anybody could hear that, but we sure couldn't.
My interpretation is we just got to keep doing what we do.
Yeah.
All right. We just got to keep doing what we do. Isn't that what Coach Nethery would tell you, Dio, every halftime?
When you're up 33-0 and winning in all phases of the game, and when you execute, when you look at this stat sheet, 14 first downs to only 5 for Marion, Like Terry said, yeah, we were 3 of 8 on third downs, but we were 3 of 3 on fourth downs. Held them to 2 of 6 on third downs. I mean, just really dominated. But what's so crazy is you look at time of possession, 11 minutes, 7 seconds. Marion's had the ball 12 minutes, 53 seconds.
Absolutely. 278 total yards in the first half.
Yeah, crazy. So some individual statistics. Braylon Russell, 18 carries, 161 yards, 4 touchdowns. I mean, that's just a dominant performance. That's how you come out and, show you mean business. Jack Woolbright, 7 carries, 49 yards, running tough.
Mm-hmm.
Those are 49 tough yards, but hey, 7 carries, 49 yards, that's an effective weapon right there. Elias Payne, 1 carry, 11 yards. Passing, Jack Woolbright, 8 of 13, 47 yards. Don't really need to pass the ball when you're that effective on the ground. So it's there if we need it. Logan Owen having 4 receptions for 24 yards. Drake Womack not really able to break free yet. Two receptions for 4 yards. So anyway, individually, just kind of Braylon Russell stealing the show.
Offensive line had a great first half. When you look at those rush numbers, again, no sacks allowed. That stream continues. That veteran offensive line has been proven that they can be leaned on, Terry.
Oh, absolutely. But, look, 231 yards is a good rush total in any game. They rushed for 231 in the first half on 28 carries. And I think if I could read body language a little bit, it looks like that Marion got woke up at halftime. They were out doing jumping jacks in the end zone. I think you may see a more awake team in the second half than we maybe did the first. But, Jim, we get the ball first, which is why this drive becomes critically important, because if we can go down the field and even get a field goal, it starts the clock.
Run that joker. Get these boys home.
So they can get up in the morning and get to the PDFL.
Yeah, we
right?
got to beat Brian. It's mini Salt Bowl tomorrow.
There you go.
It's a big deal. It's the Salt Bowl Junior.
When does it kick off, in case anybody wants a little Saturday morning football?
4th graders start at 9 o'clock. 5th grade starts at about 10:30, and then 6th grade starts at noon. So,
and it'll be all done by Alabama-Arkansas kickoff.
What time is kickoff?
2:30.
Oh, yeah. Be done. You'll have time to get home and get you some barbecue.
There you go. You want a day of football tomorrow.
Hey.
Be at the Palace at 9 a.m.
Two weeks in a row, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade Panthers have all won. We swept Lakeside and then swept Sheridan. So tomorrow we're going to try to sweep Bryant.
Sweep Bryant. Freddie, you're up for that, aren't you? Yeah. So Marion's going to kick off, and we are underway in the second half. As Elias Payne is going to return it over the 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 into Marion territory and out of bounds around the 44, and that's one of Mark Ballesteri's golf stars just gliding his way into Patriot territory, Terry, on that return.
Well, you don't want to play golf against him, and you don't want to chase him to the sidelines.
That's what's so crazy about that. I mean, just golly, it's 2 total different sports. You know what I'm saying? One is more of a finesse.
Yeah.
And then you got football, which is just it's a collision sport.
Some would say his returns are a finesse.
Well, that was
first down. Klein Hooten in at quarterback, and he is going to be decapitated. As was that Weatherspoon on the?
That was the first sack of the season.
That was yes, it was Brian Weatherspoon with the first sack of the season, allowed by the Benton offense. As Klein Hooten is in at quarterback for Benton to start the second half. He's going to hand it off to Donovan Pearson, and Donovan breaks a couple of tackles, reverses his field, able to get away. Man, he was bottled up, Dio, able somehow to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on right there, but he said, nope, I'm going right. Nope, I'm going left. Now I'm going to go back right again.
Well, I will tell you this. Marion's come back out inspired, and for the first 2 snaps, they whipped us at the line of scrimmage. They are absolutely all in our backfield.
3rd down and 10. Russell checks back in at running back. 2 receivers to each side. Now Davis in motion. They give it off to Braylon just straight ahead. And Braylon going to carry to the 43-yard line where it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, I'll get us back to the original line of scrimmage. 4th and 10. Looks like they're going to leave the offense out on the field. Panthers have to get downfield on this play.
4th down and 9, 2-by-2 set. Now motion Russell out of the backfield. Klein Hooten takes a snap, looking left all the way, throwing, and unable to hold on to it. Logan Owen, who raises his eyes to the heavens as if to say, man, should have had that one. Couldn't hold on to it at the 34, and Marion will take over.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate drive. That's one where we killed a drive from a drop pass. And the Panthers really needed to come out firing after halftime, and a 3 and out is not the way we wanted to start the second half.
Well, I'm curious about kind of the personnel change, if that was necessitated by injury or if that was, just by choice.
So 1st down for Marion. They're going to flip it to Matthew Kearney. And Kearney is going to be tackled from behind. That's Ian Alvarez, a 235-pound defensive end, running down a wide receiver.
Brings up 2nd down and 6 for Marion.
I've been really impressed with Alvarez. He really is playing well, and that just shows you the type of athleticism that he has, being able to run that guy down from behind.
He and Peyton McNeely make a couple of great bookend at really defensive end. 2nd down and 6 for Marion at the 46. Cat takes a snap. They're just going to go bombs away this time, and the catch and touchdown, Donnie Cheers. 54 yards from Cat to Cheers, and we've kind of been wondering where that's been all night long, and that may be Marion's MO in this second half. As Marion gets on the board with 9:23 to go in the 3rd quarter, it's 30.
Donnie Cheers with an extra point is good. The score, Benton 33, Marion 7. Marcus King return for the Patriots, the Panthers. Sets up a 1st and 10. Russell with the carry, stopped for a short gain. Result of the play is 2nd down and 7 yards to go. Russell stopped in the backfield by Dwayne Williams Jr. Loss of yardage on the play, 3rd and 9. The pass is broken up by Dwayne Williams. Results in 4th and long. With the return. The Patriots will start on their own 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Cheers with the carry. No gain on the play. The pass is incomplete. Results in 3rd and 11 for Marion. Carson pass complete to Donnie Cheers.
Do you have connection? Yeah.
That gain is enough for another Marion Patriot. 1st down.
Hey, the guy next to me has connection. The guy next to me has connection.
The pass is incomplete. Results in 2nd and 10.
Hey, which Wi-Fi are you on? We have our own down there. You said they have their own down there.
Pass is complete to Christian Young. Five-yard gain in the play brings up 3rd and 5. Weatherspoon with the carry for a short gain. Fourth and 2 for the Patriots. Brian Weatherspoon with the carry for Marion. That gain is enough for another Marion Patriot. First down. Fumble on the play. Recovered by the Patriots. The Patriots will take over with a 1st and 10 on the Benton 30-yard line. Penalty marker on the play. The call is false start against the Patriots. The result of the penalty is a 1st and 15. Foster with a short gain on that play. Cat's pass complete to Christian Young. That gain results in a 3rd and 3 for Marion. Brian Weatherspoon with the carry. That gain is enough for another Marion Patriot. 1st down. Christian Young. That's a touchdown, Marion. Cats pass to Johnny Cheers. It's complete in the end zone for a touchdown. The extra point is no good. Your score, Benton 33, Marion 13. False start penalty called against the Patriots. With the return. It's 1st and 10 for the Panthers at the 48-yard line. Short gain on the play. Newton's pass complete to Drake Womack. That short gain brings up 3rd and 4 for Benton. That carry results in a first down. The extra point kick is good. Penalty marker on the play. The penalty is an illegal block against the Patriots. Four-yard gain on the play, bringing up 2nd down and 6 for Marion. Pass complete to Christian Young, push out of bounds after a short gain. Result of the play is 3rd down and 1 yard to go for Marion. Brian Weatherspoon with the carry. That run is enough for another Marion Patriot. 1st down. intercepted by Gary Rideout. There's a flag on the play. Following the interception, it will be 1st and 10 for Benton at the Marion 30-yard line. Brian Weatherspoon with a tackle in the backfield. No gain on the play, loss of yards. Offsides penalty called against the Patriots. The penalty results in 2nd down and 7 for the Panthers. The pass is complete to Elias Payne. That pass results in a 1st down. After 3 quarters of play, your score, Marion Patriots 13, Benton 40. This is just a quick reminder for those students who will need rides home at the end of the
It's Friday, so Panther fans are thinking about our friends over at Riverside Grocery. Everyone knows about their catering that's good as grandma's, but their breakfast and lunch are becoming a Saline County tradition. Deer season's just around the corner, and Riverside's also your headquarters for feed and game processing. So whether you're gassing up or grabbing those essential tailgating supplies, Riverside Grocery has everything you need. Drop by Riverside and start your weekend right.
Congo Fireplace and Patio has been Benton's go-to place for all your hearth needs since 1920. Stop by now and see over 20 live burning displays. With the South's largest selection of gas logs, gas inserts, and wood-burning stoves, Congo has what you need to heat your home this winter. Get any accessory you need for your fireplace and stove in one place. Plus, see the largest selection of pellet stoves. With over 90 years of combined sales and service, there's no other place to shop.
Chris Barnard with the carry for the Panthers. Tackle for a loss by several Patriots. Kickoff goes into the end zone, resulting in a touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Patriots at the 20-yard line. Christian Young with the carry. Short gain on the play. Jamar Foster, the ball carrier. Penalty on the play. Five-yard penalty called against the Patriots. Still 4th down. Panthers are taking it for that spot. 1st and 10. 8 minutes and 53 seconds left to go in the game. Benton Pearson. That 6-yard gain results in a 2nd and 4 for the Panthers. Pearson with the carry. That game is enough for a 1st down for the Panthers. Jonathan Pearson with the carry, tackle for a loss. That brings up 2nd and 11 for Benton. Flag on the flag. The penalty goes against the Patriots. The penalty results in a first down for Benton. Extra point attempt is good. Kearney on the return. The Patriots will begin on their own 12-yard line. First down, 10, yards to Kearney. Foster with the carry for a short gain. Logan Foster, Gary. The Marion punt is down to the 41-yard line. Benton takes over from that spot, 1st and 10. 3 minutes and 26 seconds left in the game. With the short game. The pass is incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 8. Marcus pinned the ball carrier. Result of that play is 4th and 1. For a first down. Concludes tonight's game. Our final score is Benton 55, Marion 13. To our friends from Benton, we wish you a safe trip home. Patriot fans, our next home game is on Friday, October 14th, as the Patriots host the Blue Devils from West Memphis. We hope to see you then. Go Pats!